Hello, welcome back to Geoguessr. I'm going to play this game where I guess geography. I'm going to do 5-minute rounds, and it's going to be a challenge because I think you have to do challenge to do 5-minute rounds. There's your seed. I might put that in the description actually. Probably be a good idea to do. Just gonna go through this and have a good time with it. All right, right off the bat, we've got plains. We've got a very dotted line here. It's not America. Got these signs here. I feel like I had something similar to this recently. Probably not exactly though. I'm not positive if this is Scandinavian at this point. In fact, these signs do not look Scandinavian. That symbol is definitely not Scandinavian. What is that? That's like a weird D. I guess it would be more like a weird B. Or capital D with an, I don't know. Dang. What is that? I don't know that we need to look much further than this. Is that going to be like one of the Baltic countries here? Could be. If it is, I don't think it's Estonia. Because it doesn't sound Estonian. I'm seeing, what am I seeing here? I'm seeing water and it's to our west. But there's land on the other side of the water. So I'm thinking there's actually an ocean to the north. And we've got some sort of an inlet here. Ocean to the north, well, that would fit with Latvia. Some kind of inlet going west. Or I guess it's going south, isn't it? The inlet is. So, So I guess we could be along this coast of, what is this, Latvia? Yeah. Could be along this coast of Latvia. The lettering doesn't quite add up to me. And we've got this character here, which really doesn't quite make any sense. I can't say I've really seen that before. Let's assume. Let's not assume. Let's actually abandon the Baltics, I think. Alright, so special characters like that, you're looking at like Romania maybe. They've got like the weird S. They've got a lot of, I forget what you call those. Little marks. I do need to put down a safety guess. We've got 2.5 minutes left. Yeah, so Serbia is just straight Cyrillic, so that's not going to be it. Bulgaria, also straight Cyrillic. Macedonia, Cyrillic. There's Croatia. They've got a lot of the marks on their letters, but they don't have. I'm not seeing any like actual different characters. That's kind of throwing me off. This is the sort of guess where you should really know these sort of things. Like, a seasoned Geoguessr player would see that character and know exactly where we are. I'm not that seasoned, you know? Are we in Moldova? I don't think we're in Moldova. Yeah. What's that? What even is this? Oh, it's part of Ukraine. Okay. Man. Poland? No, Poland doesn't have the umlauts over the O, I don't think. I mean, they might. Czechia? Possibly? Possibly Czechia. Possibly Slovakia. I don't think I've ever seen non-Latin characters in Czechia or Slovakia, but I can't say that I've really looked that hard. What about Slovenia? I'm not seeing anything in Slovenia. Man, that's really tripping me up. I think putting a guess down in Croatia is not going to be far off. Possibly Albania here. Yeah, it's really tough. Maybe I shouldn't have spent so much time on the map here. Probably going a little bit further would have maybe given me some more clues. I've only got 30 seconds left now. It's also the geography's kind of throwing me off here. Like, are we in Iceland? Are we could be in Iceland. I don't think we are. No, those names look different. Are we in Iceland? I have a feeling I'm going to be way off. I don't think we're... Just the landscape. I'm guessing Iceland. Fuck it. Just the landscape doesn't look right. Something about this is just... Yeah. I spent too long focusing on the language. I should have just moved more. It was in Iceland. Wow. Saved it. Alright. Man, okay. Yeah. I spent way too long focusing on that character. I was like thinking Eastern Europe. The sign looked Eastern European to me, but I should have just zoomed out and looked at the landscape. It looked very Icelandic. Iceland is very flat in places. I mean, it's got lots of mountains, but it's very flat in other places. So, yeah, wow, okay. I was also thinking it might be Greenland. The buildings are actually a big hint there as well. They have these very like utilitarian buildings whenever you're anywhere in the north, basically, unless you're in like Scandinavia. Okay, we're in bad camera. Looks like probably America. So I have a go-to for bad camera America, and it is like this region here. Usually when you get down into like Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, it gets better. Like definitely like North, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, those are all bad camera states. Not everywhere. Like major places. See, okay, we're in good camera now. Alright, this billboard might be important. This sign actually might be a road. Yeah, it is. North 41. Okay. It looks similar to signs we have in Kansas. If you look here, I don't know if I should show you where I live. I kind of already did. No, well. So I live in Concordia, and we are on Highway 81 here, and you can see that that's the same symbol as you would see on here, but I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, no, because like Nebraska has that too. 41, you could almost triangulate your location just with that, but it's kind of all over the place as well. Yeah, you can see there's not too much of a pattern with the roads numberings. I do feel like they're getting higher as I go this way, so perhaps we're looking more in this direction. 45, 41 is what we're looking for. 20s, 30s, 41. Okay, we found a Highway 41. I'm going to put that down tentatively because that doesn't actually mean anything. I think this probably goes on for a while. So yeah, don't make the mistake you did last round of spending too much time on the map. That can be a killer for sure. Oh, what's this sign say? Could be an extremely important sign. It is an extremely important sign. Trownick something county. Maybe not that important. See if we can find Trownick on the map. Trownick. What kind of a name is Trownick? So I mean, 41 is not that long, but it could also be one of those roads that stops and starts. I mentioned this previously as well on my last episode of Geoguessr. There are some roads that just start and stop in random places. So yeah, see this one picks back up over here. So I mean, it's not like I can't just follow this road and eventually see Trownick, but I might also be in the wrong zoom level for Trownick. I don't know. What state do we think we're in? Kilgore County, that doesn't really mean anything. Minute 40 left. I'm gonna keep going here. See if we can find any better clues. That sign, the county sign, actually sort of reminds me of signs that we get around here. So looking at the trees, I think we're actually pretty far north. We might even be in like Michigan. Michigan area. We might be up this way. Except that I don't think I don't think Indiana really looks like this. I would think we're actually further up in Michigan, except that I don't see the 41 up here. So that might not be correct. There are also a couple of places in sort of the East Coast that can look like Michigan, weirdly. I don't know, man. It's Highway 41. I think the place where I've got my guess right now is not terrible. That covers most of Highway 41. At least the places where it could be. Now this could be like a super bait, and be like 41 actually like picks up again somewhere way further east. Could be like that. Doesn't usually happen. That sound was my cat sneezing. What are we actually... I don't know, man. My instincts say further north, but like 41 doesn't go that far north. And that's already pretty far north, so let's just see what we got. Okay, so it was the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, sure. Yeah, so that was actually like that was a trick guess. There's a lot of those in Geoguessr, man. 41 actually comes all the way over here. Okay, I didn't even see that. I guess when it gets up to Chicago, it keeps going this way. Somewhere. Or it just stops and picks up somewhere else. Okay, well, you know. As far as American guesses go, I was not going to pick the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But my instinct of further north was correct, so that's fun. Where are we? Ausgeschütz something Faschunder. We're in Germany. We're in Germany. We're in Gewehr. I don't know. Yeah, Germany and India both have a lot of indoor places. I think Germany has some sort of law about like public photography that makes it so that you have to like our Luxembourgstrasse. You don't say. Cat, don't be crazy, all right? I'm just talking to myself. So Luxembourg Street. There's Luxembourg. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're near Luxembourg, but we could be. I don't think we're going to find any clues as to the exact location we're in indoors. Oh, hey, there's a little face there. That's a poster behind the window, isn't it? Yeah. I was wondering. Just looking for city names, and I don't see anything particularly. Something. Fachhändler. I don't particular photograph here in Verboten. Okay. Okay, it's Mühlen, Strasse. Mühlen. I don't really speak German. I took a little bit of German, but I don't think any of this says like the city we're in. So this is actually the only clue I really have. Luxembourgstrasse. Well, Trier. Did I see something that looked like it said Trier? I don't think I did, but might have. Strasse, Wuhlen, Strasse, Trier, Don Trier, Portenigre. I don't fucking. Sounds familiar for some reason. I don't know why. Nuremberg. I guess let's just pick a place with a good name. I like, I do like Trier. Trierville. Cons. It's just very simple name. Okay, so Luxembourg was a red herring. We were actually much closer to Strasbourg or New Brandenburg. Berlin, basically, yeah. So those ones are pretty difficult, I gotta say. Not much you can do there. I got pretty much as far away as you can get in Germany. So that sucks. This looks like America again. This looks like some sort of... Again, I kind of want to say Michigan, but I don't know. For some reason, Michigan seems overrepresented, but that's probably like my personal bias. Probably the number of times I've guessed Michigan is also like, Halifax. We're not even in the United States. We're in Canada. Hackett's Cove. So Halifax is... Where's Halifax? Halifax is in Saskatchewan? No. Halifax. Halifax. I feel like I've been tricked by this before. Where's Halifax? Is Halifax... Halifax is not a city. Halifax is a province, right? No, it's not a province. Is this Halifax? No, that's Newfoundland. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. Where's Halifax? I feel like I've been tricked by this before, and it was like over on the East Coast somewhere. Newfoundland, New Labrador. No. Shit. I feel like I'm falling into a trap that I've fallen into before, and I just don't quite remember what it was. Halifax. I really should know where Halifax is. This is in Nova Scotia. Is Halifax in Nova Scotia? You'd think I would see it if it was in Nova Scotia and I was zoomed in this far, right? Like that would just be... It would be silly of me not to see it. It'd be very silly if I was just staring at Halifax and I didn't realize it. Hackett's Cove. Newfoundland, Halifax. I mean, why do I recognize Halifax, but I don't see it on the map anywhere? Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City, sure. Toronto, yeah, obviously. Thunder Bay, Ontario, Winnipeg, Saskatoon, and Saskatchewan. Regina, Edmonton, Calgary. Is it just like way north or something? Halifax? I mean, as far as BC, we've got Vancouver. Man. I'm gonna just... Is Halifax in Alaska? Halifax is not in Alaska. Don't be ridiculous. Halifax is definitely not right in front of my face, right? This is going to be another Dover situation, which I did look later, and yes, my instinct was correct. Dover is in the south of England. It's in fact very south in England, and I should have known that. Fairbanks, Alaska. Halifax is not in Alaska. Halifax is in Canada. Don't second guess yourself. I'm second guessing the shit out of myself right now. So my temp guess is in Nova Scotia, even though I'm pretty sure it's not in Nova Scotia. I mean, I'm pretty sure I looked in Nova Scotia and I didn't see anything that said Halifax. Yarmouth. I don't know, man. Sand Pond. Well, I've got 20 seconds left, so... Did I just make the same mistake as I made in the first round where I'm looking at the map too much? I don't know. Indian Harbor. Halifax. 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 Halifax! Where's Halifax? It was... Oh, alright. My instincts served me well today. This is Halifax. Or, so is Halifax the name of the island? Is Nova Scotia the name of the province? Is Halifax the name of the region? Because I don't see a city named Halifax. So what is Halifax? There's Halifax. It is a city. Except it's called Dartmouth, not Halifax. Until you zoom way in. Okay. Sure. Next round. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest with you. Are we just in black? Oh, no, we're not in black. We are in not loading territory. Okay, here we go. So the color balance on the camera is way off. It's all red. I'm seeing red dirt here, but I don't know if that's just the color balance or what. Red dirt typically either signifies Australia or Brazil or like Africa. Wow, it's really not wanting to load, is it? We got sticks. That's kind of odd. I don't know why there's all these sticks in the ground here. Is this some sort of like... Come on. Move me forward, please. Okay. So we've got like a very limited range of motion here. Which unfortunately means that this could be actually anywhere. This could be like a just wild African guess. I would really love for you to load is the thing. So I'd like to see what's over here. Seems to be some sort of a building. And we're in black. Is my internet just crapping out right now? I don't think so. I think this is something to do with the actual... Something to do with Geoguessr right now. I don't know. Can I go in here? Kind of. No, not really. I'm not really sure what to make of this. Oh, hello. What does that say? Huh. I can almost make out the top words. Not quite. What does it say? Something... Safety? Gun safety? That's not what it says. So this roofing would actually definitely suggest Africa to me. Where in Africa is the question? Not much of Africa is mapped, but this is like... This is a little self-contained thing, which means that it could be anywhere. So, I didn't see a lot of palm trees. I did not see a lot of palm trees, and if I were in, for instance, Ghana, I would expect to see a lot of palm trees, or Nigeria. I think we might be in Uganda. I'm not gonna like stake my life on that. We might be in Uganda. The red dirt, I think Uganda's fairly vegetative. I don't know, that's not really a word. I mean it is, but I don't think I used it right. I did have a guest the other day in Uganda, so that's also a thing that I'm thinking about. I could be overthinking it. We could just be in Botswana, but I think Botswana is more of a savanna. And I think what we're looking for is something in this belt right here. So I think Uganda is actually a pretty good guess, but see if I'm off. If it's not Uganda, it's probably somewhere in here, Nigeria, Ghana. I think there's a lot of like Guinea is actually mapped. Not much of Africa is really mapped. I mean, like I said, could be just some random place because it's obviously this has been done on foot. This is some noteworthy area. Oh God, my arrows actually disappeared. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I don't get anything else then. Oh, okay, maybe I do. It also could just not be Africa, so. That's something to keep in mind. It could actually be Brazil. I just thought the style of the houses looked pretty African, but I'm just going to guess. It was in, not quite Uganda, it was in Tanzania, but that's pretty close, and I actually am pretty proud of myself for that. I learned recently that this area right here is actually in, it's actually the border of two tectonic plates that are coming apart, and like these like lakes in here are actually like that's a rift. Anyway, that's it. Got 19,024 points. Not bad for a 5 minutes sort of guess. Nova Scotia. That Halifax one was interesting. Iceland. So glad that I moved my pick last minute. The Germany one was unfortunate. I guess if I was being safe, I could have just picked Berlin. But the Luxembourg Street, I mean, I guess I should have known that that wasn't really a clue. And this African one. That's Africa. This African one I'm really actually quite proud of. So, I believe that's an episode of Geoguessr, my dude. Thank you for watching. I'm probably going to do another one right after this. Geoguessr is just so easy, so fun to record.